so excited to go shooting with a proof research rifle. Clint said this thing's sub MOA, but this says it adjusts in 0.1 MOA. This one says it adjusts in 0.25 MOA. Maybe we should talk about MOA and how it applies to shooting. Hey everybody, Matt from Classic Firearms today. What's up? We're going to be talking about a topic that's very important. We're discussing accurate shooting and applying like our scopes, especially our magnified optics, which is minute of angle. So what is a minute of angle? It's basically a unit of measurement that measures an angle, but it's very, very small. If you think about a circle, it has 365 degrees, and a minute of angle is 1/60th of 1 degree. So it's a very small measurement when it comes to the overall circle, but as we can see, it's going to be very important when we discuss how we can shoot accurately and properly utilize those tools that we have to shoot our firearms at distance. When we say we have a 6 MOA red dot on our pistol or 2 MOA red dot on our rifle, or this manufacturer says his rifle shoots sub MOA, what does that mean? So the quick and dirty version of 1 MOA is that it equals 1 inch at 100 yards. We mean an area that's 1 inch by 1 inch. So it's kind of a circle, 1 inch diameter. And then for every 100 yards we go, it's going to increase by 1 inch. So at 200 yards, it's 2 inches. At 300 yards, it's 3 inches, and so on. And there's a mathematical formula we'll go into and how we derive that measurement. But the important thing to remember is that means that if you have a red dot that says it's 6 MOA, it's a pistol red dot, at 100 yards, that would cover a 6-inch area. Now, we're not generally shooting 100 yards with a pistol, so, if we were shooting at, say, 20 yards, that's 1/5 closer, so it's 1/5 that size. It's going to cover about an inch at 25 yards. If we were shooting a rifle scope that has a 2 MOA red dot on it, then at 100 yards, it would cover 2 inches. If we went out to 400 yards, then it's going to get 4 times that size. It's going to cover 8 inches at 400 yards. So that's the quick and dirty version. A lot of time, that's what we're going to need to apply, is just understanding how accurate that sight is when we say that it's a certain size of dot. But it also can help us with making adjustments to our sights. Like, let's say we were shooting at 800 yards and you're hitting 16 inches to the left. How would you adjust that scope? Well, scopes have turrets that have different ability to make adjustments, but how do you know how many clicks to turn? Well, we're going to get into that. Let's look at exactly what we derive MOA from. So again, we have a circle here, 360 degrees, and every MOA is 1/60th of that. So 60 MOAs are in 1 degree. The circumference of a circle, the distance around the outside, is a formula 2 times pi, which is roughly 3.14, times the radius, the distance from the center to the outside. So this, if you think about it, this is the shooter's position, and this is where the target is. That distance away from the target is your radius. So if we calculate this at, say, this was 100 yards from you to your target, then 2 pi times 100 yards is 628 yards. Therefore, 1 degree of that, we're going to divide by 360 degrees. 1 degree of this circle is 1.74 yards, meaning 1 MOA is 0.029 yards. So again, a very small area. Since the yard is equal to 36 inches, that means a 1 MOA is 1.04 inches, or we just call it an inch. Again, quick and dirty work. So yeah, this is how we derive that measurement of what an MOA is. But for almost all shooters, unless you get into an extremely accurate type of shooting or extreme long distances where that extra bit can add up, 1 inch per 100 yards, easily enough for what we're going to be doing here. For the next point, I do want to, it's not a magical tool. You have to do your part as a shooter, but also you have to be using appropriate ammunition. So for instance, in order to achieve such good results with this rifle, I would still expect you to be using some kind of a match grade ammunition. You can't just go to Walmart and buy the cheapest thing and expect it to achieve that level of accuracy. Because of course, the bullet is what's flying through the air, and so imperfections in the bullet or lower quality ammunition will affect downrange accuracy almost as much as the rifle itself. But so that is what people mean when they say sub MOA accuracy caliber. A video of them actually shooting it.